Hi, Dawn Lewis here, and it's day 5 of our Blah Bunny 5 Ways video series. Today I'm only using Blah Bunny, and what I wanted to do was show you a bunch of different ways that you can colour. So I've stamped out a half a dozen bunnies here, and I just filled up the rest of the page with accessories, and I'll use these on future projects. But we're going to do a whole bunch of different colour schemes just to give you some ideas about how to use it, because in the last 4 days I've only used warm greys. So I wanted to show you a few different ideas. So this little bunny here, I'm using cool greys. I'll be using C000 and C1. This is again a pastel pale bunny. You know, you see those really cute ones and they're really light grey and fluffy and gorgeous. Well, that's what this little bunny is, using cool greys. Now, I've stuck with the same method of shading for all of the bunnies so that they don't look different due to the method I'm using, rather they're going to be different due to the colour scheme that I'm using. So here we have, you know, this little Blah bunny, he's down, he's on the ground, or she. This bunny is down and out. Oh, you know what you could do? You could add some little eyelashes to the bunny with a fine liner. That would make super, super good. Although, you know, it's always the boys who have the great eyelashes. So do what you like there. So I've used also RV10 and RV11 for the little jelly bean toe pads and the nose and ears. So for the next bunny, this is going to be a much darker grey. So you can, I've done them deliberately in this way because you've already seen me colour the pale bunny. Now the colours aren't all that different, but the way I am applying them is different. So you can see I've started with a much darker colour. That's my base coat. That's already a dark bunny. All the colours I'm using are over on the left for all the bunnies, plus I'll be writing them down at the end. So the colouring method is the same. I'm just colouring where, like almost to the edge with that bottom colour, and then the second colour I'll colour almost to where I coloured before, but not quite. And then the third colour again. So you're just repeating the colour over and over. And I'm taking the dark colour all the way up under the chin so that it's creating that illusion of, you know, the shadow from under the chin to the neck of the bunny. So I'm coming in with those super dark colours, and then I can go back and just blend everything out like I'm doing here. So this bunny is much darker, and I'm taking my very first colour and bringing it in from the top down to the bottom to blend, so that I'm not going to take colour out of that dark section at the bottom. And the reason that the bunny is darker at the bottom and lighter at the top is the sun is shining down on bunny, because even though bunny might be having a really bad day, maybe a little bit of a hangover or a little bit too tired or just feeling very blah, the sun is still shining on bunny. So the colours I used were BV20s and violets for the pink nose. So now we're going to go with a different colour scheme. So you might have thought before I was colouring with grey. Oh no, that's a super dark blue violet. I love it. It's one of my favourite combos. I wish it came in chow markers. It doesn't. It comes in sketch markers, but I love that combo. Totally worth the investment, because you can use it to mimic grey if you don't have any greys, which is awesome. But it's got that purpley tint to it. I love it. This one is more of your earth tone. So we've got a little brown bunny happening here. And rather than being very, very pale or very, very dark, this is sort of more of a middle of the road. So the difference here is, it depends on where you start. If you're starting with a marker that has a 00 or a 000, like lots of zeros at the end, you're going to get a lighter bunny. But if you're starting with a marker that's a 1 or a 2 or a 3 or a 4, if that's your base, you're going to get a much darker bunny, no matter what colours you're using. Now, I've stuck within colour families for all of these bunnies, but by all means, work outside the colour family. One of my favourite resources is Sandy Allnock's gorgeous Copic hex chart. I know it's a bit of an investment, and you might think, oh, that's a lot of money for a chart. It's US $10. However, it helps you find combinations you might never have considered before. So I do highly recommend it. So I've used E40s, and I have used very pale reds for the nose and the ears and the jelly bean toe pads. I love bunny jelly bean toe pads. Now, you might be thinking, what is she doing? Like, who's ever seen a blue bunny? Well, just because we haven't seen one doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I'm kidding. Look, sometimes you want to take your critters and have a break from real life, you know, make them magical, make them out of the ordinary, have some fun with them. You know, you've got all these amazing Copic colours. Why not have fun with your colouring of your critters and give them a different look? And besides, this bunny is blue. And let's face it, when you're feeling blah, it's referred to as feeling blue. So why not have a blue bunny and show somebody that you understand that they're feeling a bit blue? And then I'm adding a little pink. So all of the colours again you'll see over on the left. And I kind of like this one. It's pastel-y. And of course, if I'd worked with darker blues, we would have a more intensely coloured bunny. So again, I'm starting with a super pale colour and it looks like warm greys. I'm going to say I think this one's warm greys until it gets to the bit where I write the colours down. It's even a surprise to me because I'm doing this voiceover after I filmed it the other day and I can't remember I can't remember if I even had breakfast this morning. My memory's shot. So that's why I write stuff down. That's why every bunny has his code written next to him because I knew I wouldn't remember it. But it looks like warm greys. And this is the bunny you've seen me colour for all of the cards in this series. So I know that we don't want to sort of dwell on people feeling bad and we want to send happy, bright cards. But you know what? There's just something special about sending a card to somebody who is feeling down. Getting a card in the mail is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It can really, really make your day. You know, sometimes we just need to acknowledge, hey, I know you're not feeling the best, but hang in there. You know, it'll be okay. I'm thinking of you, and that can make a really big difference in somebody's day. And now it's down to our last little bunny. So this little bunny is, you know, a little bit apricot-y because why not? We once caught these gorgeous rabbits in our backyard. They'd been hopping around in there for days. I took out my camera with my zoom lens, had the tripod up. I thought it was great till they started eating all my beautiful flowers in my garden, and it was this beautiful caramel coloured bunny, and so I thought I'd do a caramel coloured bunny. And then we caught the bunny, and a friend loaned me a rabbit hutch. We caught this bunny, and then I thought, oh, thank goodness. Next day, I'm looking out the kitchen window. Lo and behold, there's another rabbit in the yard. It's another caramel bunny, but instead of having lop ears, this one's ears were sitting up. So it took us another 2 days to catch that one. And turned out they came from a couple of doors up. Those people let their rabbits run free, and they had them in the teeniest cage, and they didn't want them back because the kids didn't take care of them. So we ended up rehoming those little bunnies, and we called them Caramel and Butterscotch, which I'd like to say it was entirely the kids' idea. It wasn't. It was a lot my idea because the colours on them were gorgeous. And that's what I've tried to replicate here in this gorgeous caramel coloured bunny. So you'll notice when I come in with my pale colours, I come from the top to the bottom so as not to desaturate the dark colours I've got in the shading areas. And then we're going to throw in the ears, and I'm keeping them on kind of a peachy colour scheme as well. So there we go. That is all the bunnies. We've got our E11s, we've got our R10s, and here they are. So I cut everything out. And I don't have dies for this. There are dies for this, and I can totally get them for you. But I just fussy cut them, and they were actually quite simple to do. And I gave them that die cut look with the white border around the edge. So we've got all these gorgeous little bunnies, and I will use these on future projects. They can cheer somebody up and make somebody's day. And I do hope that you have enjoyed this 5-part video series, taking one companion, like it's a pair of companion stamp sets, and using them in a whole bunch of different ways. So if you are looking for blah, blah, blah and blah bunny honeybee stamps in Australia, you can find them at dawnlewis.com.au. Thank you so much for watching along with me. I really appreciate it. I do hope that you have a very crafty day, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.